chairperson to inaugurate this program and also to launch the website of KSMCC. On behalf of KSMCC, I would like to extend a warm welcome to your Lordship. This program is presided over by Honorable Mr. Justice A. Muhammad Mushtaq, Judge, High Court of Kerala, and President, Board of Governors, KSMCC. I welcome your Lordship to this program. It is indeed a pleasurable moment that we have with us Honorable Minister for Law, Industries, Khair, Mr. P. Rajiv. I welcome you, sir, to this program. We have here with us the Honorable Judges of High Court of Kerala and Board of Governors of KSMCC, the Honorable Mr. Justice Amit Raval, Honorable Mrs. Justice Mary Joseph, Honorable Mr. Justice C.S. Dias. I welcome your Lordships to this program. We are gracious to have the presence of several dignitaries on and of the dais, including current and former judges of the Honorable High Court, Mr. Gopalakrishna Kurupa, K. Advocate General, Kerala, Advocate Anil Kumar K. Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala, Advocate S. Manu, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Sri Sriram Panchu, Senior Advocate, Mediator and Arbitrator, Chennai, Mr. Hasid B. Seth, Independent Counsel and Mediator, Mumbai, Advocate S. Biju, President in Charge, High Court Advocates Association, Advocate Mattai Mudranti, President, Bar Association, Ernakulam, Mr. Jolly Varghese, State Chairman, Builders Association of India, Sri Ravi Shankar, President, Kradai Kochi, Sri Arun David Mookin, President, Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the registrars, staff members of the Honorable High Court, KELSA, Advocate Praveen Hariharan and his crew, the team behind the short films to be released today, former directors of KSMCC, the members of the bar, including the learned senior lawyers, mediator trainers, including Advocate George Marlo-Pallat and Advocate Muhammad Shiraz, the mediators across the state, the officials from RERA, DRT, all other stakeholders of the scheme and media persons. On behalf of KSMCC, I extend a warm welcome to you all. Thank you. Have a great day.
I invite Advocate George Marlo-Pallat, Trainer, Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, to give an introduction to the program.
Today's chairperson and President of Board of Governors, KSMCC, Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammad Mushtaq, Chief Guest for this function, Chief Justice of Kerala High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish Jitendra Desai, respected Board of Governors of KSMCC, other judges and dignitaries on and off the dais. Let us start off with a question. How many of you would like to have an informal, faster, and less costly dispute resolution method for managing our disputes? Please raise your hands. Yes. The Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Committee, KSMCC, is dedicated to the promotion of alternate dispute resolution methods to resolve disputes. Amongst alternate dispute resolution methods like arbitration, Lok Adalat, conciliation, judicial settlement, mediation is the most civilized, people-friendly dispute resolution method known to humans till date. And it is extremely popular all over the world. Let me just explain the concept of mediation in simple layman's terms. Mediation is an informal process, party-centered. It is basically focused on the parties. And it is self-determinative. The parties decide how to settle their disputes between not the judges, not the mediators, not anybody else. It is confidential and voluntary process where an experienced mediator, well-versed in communication techniques, who is neutral and impartial, tries to facilitate a negotiated settlement between the parties. What distinguishes mediation from all other dispute resolution methods is that in mediation, it is the parties themselves that decide how to resolve their disputes. Instead of focusing on the positions taken by the parties, like in courts, in mediation, we address the root of the problem and try to uncover the underlying needs and interests of the parties to bring about a negotiated settlement of the dispute. KSMCC understands the difficulties faced by the parties in adversarial litigation. Adversarial litigation means court litigation. And recognize that mediation would be an effective platform to resolve disputes and differences involving large number of individuals and groups who have invested money in huge infrastructure projects like construction. Co-tenants mediation has been going on all over Kerala under the auspices of KSMCC from 2009 onwards with a 40% success rate. The existing service platform under KSMCC providing the services of co-tenants mediation has been widely acclaimed and recognized by lawyers, litigants, etc. The service of experienced and trained mediators would bring an end to the lengthy adversarial litigation by saving money and time. This NIRNAYA project is the brainchild of the President of KSMCC, Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammed Mustaq, and ably assisted by the other members of the Board of Governors of KSMCC. They have taken a bold step to provide private mediation services to the stakeholders, to make use of the trained mediators under the KSMCC, to mediate disputes as and when it arises between the Credit Builders Association, Chamber of Commerce members, their consumers, clients, contractors, and amongst them. The mediators have the highest level of training and experience will be delegated to resolve the dispute in the construction and real estate sector. The KSMCC will be providing the service of private mediation all over Kerala. The Mediation Center, High Court of Kerala, 14 district mediation centers, 2 additional mediation centers, and 59 mediation sub-centers will assist the KSMCC for the smooth conduct of NIRNAYA all over the state of Kerala. The NIRNAYA scheme is to extend mediation services to all disputes, including the disputes pending before tribunals like RERA throughout the state of Kerala. NIRNAYA will be purely a private mediation process under the supervision of KSMCC. Those who are interested in availing the service of private mediation can approach KSMCC using the prescribed form. A nominal administrative charge will be levied. The parties can choose their mediator from the empaneled mediators and also choose a venue or use online platform for conducting the mediation online. The KSMCC is planning to promote online dispute resolution also so that the parties need not even come physically. ODR will be a godsend to lakhs of Malayalis working abroad and having disputes with the various stakeholders. We must also bear in mind that the mediation bill has already been passed by the Rajya Sabha in the parliament. In all probability, the mediation bill will get legal validity within weeks. In that event, if the disputes are resolved through private mediation, the settlement agreement signed by the parties shall be considered as a deemed decree, enforceable through courts in case of any default. NIRNAYA will be a game changer in the field of dispute resolution, which will pave the way towards easier, faster, and painless dispute resolution. And it will result in a win-win situation for all the parties to the dispute. Competition is the law of the jungle, but cooperation and collaboration is the law of civilization. Let us usher in a new dawn of easier, faster, and painless dispute resolution. Thank you.
I invite Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammed Mustaq, President, Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, for the presidential address.
My esteemed Chief Justice, sister and brother judges, Justice Sirijagan and Justice Ramakrishnan, and the fraternities attending today's program. Very warm good morning to you all. We are living in an exciting time. We are living in an exponential time where we witness a disruption in every walk of our life. Our justice delivery system, past shaped through practices and traditions, now is being shaped in a different manner. It is true that the mediation, it lies in our tradition. In ancient India, we had a very robust system, but unfortunately, we abandoned some point of time in the history. Today, the mediation has come to stay, stamped to be recognized and acknowledged through the efforts taken by international bodies, and now we have a mediation being recognized through the statutory provisions. But nevertheless, we are now in a historic moment when Rajya Sabha tabled and passed mediation bill. Hopefully, if Lok Sabha takes place and pass it, this would revolutionize the mediation in this country, especially in relation to the enforceability of the part of the mediation, where parties can, any mediation agreement can be enforced through the civil code, like an arbitration award. So we are not close to our moment. We want to be in with the race. The KSMC's motto is that. We have a robust system in our place in Kerala, spreading across every part of the district, thanks to efforts taken by my predecessor, Justice Srijagan Ramakrishnan, and the then Director Satyan, Arvind Babu, and many others. Because of their tireless efforts, we have a very robust system in the state. Being a judge, being a mediator, I realized certain things, that court is not an appropriate forum to adjudicate many of the disputes. That is a realization for everyone. The justice sometimes seems to be far from those who really want, those who really need it. The example could be cited in the matters related to the construction industries, where the large money has been invested. There involves multi-stakeholders, the builder, owner, investors, vendors, and suppliers. Maybe for the different reasons, it comes to a halt or standstill. There is no adequate platform to solve their problems. Even the regulatory mechanism in force is not in a position to take up their cause and resolve the problem for the satisfaction of the whole concern. The civil court is not an ideal platform for them to adjudicate because of complex and numerous parties involved. The only possible way of resolving such dispute is mediation, nothing else. There are many other industries facing similar issues. For example, in the film industries, if somehow the disputes drag into civil court, they may face a huge hurdle because their investment will go in disarray. There are many other industries face huge issues and they don't have an adequate platform to address the grievances. Court being a formal institution, court has been governed by their own rules and procedure, and they cannot go beyond certain things, and they have their own limitations. This realization has led us to launch NIRNAYA, a project, a scheme to address the disputes other than court and mediations. Using our robust platform, engaging our own mediators very well experienced in resolving the many of such disputes. This will usher a new era in the state, especially if the mediation bill pass, it will have a statutory recognition as like any other award for execution. We also thought to rope in ODR players. There are many ODR players in this country, around 28 in numbers. Many immigrants who are living in the US, Gulf countries are not able to address their grievances. Physical barrier exists. Sometimes it's become a hamper for seeking justice. Access to justice is a proclaimed constitutional goal under our Constitution. We don't have any mechanism to address those grievances. So ODR platform would shape in a way of addressing those grievances and those problems. My brothers and sisters assembled here, we are only stepping into a new era. There may be certain hurdles in that, achieving goals, but collective efforts will change in this scenario and will shape the country's aspiration to become a global power. With these words, I conclude. Thank you one and all. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai, Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Kerala and Patron-in-Chief, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. I invite Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai for the inaugural address.
Good morning. Namaskar. My brother Justice Mustaq Mohammed, President Board of Governors, case MCC, my brother and sister judges who are sitting on the dais, Shri P. Rajiv, Honorable Minister for Law, Industries and Coir, Government of Kerala, all dignitaries sitting on the dais, learned advocates who are leading the panel discussion today, Srimati Jibia A, Director, KSMCC. Please pardon me if there is mistake in pronouncing the names. Mr. George Marlo Palat, Advocate and Trainer, MCPC. Mr. Mohammad Shiraz, Potential Trainer, MCPC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first public program after my assumption of office as Chief Justice of High Court of Kerala. I am extremely happy to attend a function relating to mediation as my first program. As we all know, out of the prevailing alternative disputes resolution methods, the court annex mediation has been widely acclaimed and recognized by lawyers, litigants, etc. Though we have made long strides in providing the service of court-related mediation, I think time is ripe to explore the possibilities of pre-litigation mediation or private mediation also. It is in this context that Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center has initiated NIRNAYA, the private mediation scheme. When we talk about the various advantages of mediation as an alternative method of dispute resolution, we can find that for the parties, it includes the reduction in stress, saving of time and cost, and the achievement of satisfactory solution, and also the maintenance of a continuing relationship. And for the society, the economic and social benefits of alleviating conflict and achieving harmony. Indeed, today is Red Letter Day for the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. By the launching of the new scheme, NIRNAYA, for successful conduct of the private mediation process, 14 district mediation centers in states, 2 additional mediation centers, and 59 mediation sub-centers will be assist KSMCC. As the patron of chief of the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, I earnestly hope that the new scheme for providing private mediation will be benefited by all the stakeholders in the state. I am sure this scheme would certainly be a boon to the parties and litigants in addressing their grievances, thereby reducing the docket explosion to a certain extent. With immense pleasure, I inaugurate the novel scheme, NIRNAYA, for mediation in disputes other than the dispute in the court annex mediation. I am extremely happy to launch the official website of the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. I am sure through this website, the required information regarding the alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, including the court annex mediation and private mediation, will be imparted to all the stakeholders, including the general public. I am also very happy to know that some short films are being released today to sensitize the general public, including the students, about the mediation, its importance, and the benefits. I take this opportunity to congratulate the President and Board of Governors of KCMCC and all those who are involved in this novel project. I also express my sincere gratitude to the experienced and eminent persons who are leading the panel discussions to be conducted after the inaugural sessions. Before concluding, I wish to quote the words of Joseph: "An ounce of mediation is worth a pound of arbitration and ton of litigation." Thank you all.
Sri P. Rajiv, Honorable Minister for Law, Industries and Coir, an outstanding parliamentarian who won the coveted Sansad Ratna Award in 2016 for his exemplary contributions in the Parliament. author of Bharanagadana, Charitravum Samskaravum, a classic take on the secular and democratic ethos of Indian Constitution. Honorable Minister will be joining us in virtual mode today. Sir, I invite you for the special address.
Honorable Justice of High Court of Kerala, Justice Ashish J. Desai, Honorable Justice A. Muhammad Mustaq, President of this function, Honorable Justice Amit Raval, Honorable Justice Mary Joseph, Honorable Justice C.S. Dias, Advocate General Gopalakrishna Kuru, other dignitaries who are present on and off the dais, and dear friends. At the outset, let me seek an apology from all of you for not being physically present among this lane gathering due to some unavoidable preoccupation. However, I am extremely happy to be present, virtually present, in the launch of function of NIRNAYA, a scheme of Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, KSMCC, for extending mediation services to all disputes within the state, with the exception of those pending before courts. This may be treated as extension of the court-annexed mediation of dispute, an activity very effectively done by KSMCC. Access to justice is a basic aspect to be ensured in a democracy. Litigants may not always be in a position to tap the doors of the court due to various reasons, mostly common due to poverty, illiteracy, ignorance, social and political backwardness, etc. Moreover, the Constitution has guaranteed access to justice for all, primarily through Article 39A, which states that everyone must have an equal opportunity of getting justice, and this must not be denied to any citizen by reason of economic or other sort of disabilities. This is where the relevance of ADR come into play. The relevance of ADR has been stressed in the 222nd report of the Law Commission of India. The prominent legislative framework which gives a green signal to the ADR in the country in Section 89 CPC and Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1986, etc. Now, Honorable Justice Mustaq has already mentioned that Rajya Sabha has passed the mediation bill and waiting for the approval of the Lok Sabha. And it is an interesting fact that it is already introduced in the Rajya Sabha, then it is there, should be continued there whether it is passed by the Lok Sabha or not. The prominent legislative framework which gives a green signal to the ADR, I have already mentioned that, and mediation is considered as a unique tool and most potent in the armories of the ADR process. The third-party mediator makes effort by negotiation with the participant to systematically identify and isolate dispute issues in order to develop options, consider alternatives, and to reach a congruential agreement that will accommodate their needs and rights. The third-party mediator lacks authority to decide, but only to enable the parties to resolve their dispute amicably themselves. The Law Commission in its 129th report and Malimat Committee made recommendations for making it obligatory for the court to refer the dispute to the ADR, including mediation for settlement. I would not like to take more time. Actually, now through the NIRNAYA scheme, KSMC is entering into the zone of private mediation. In this NIRNAYA scheme, I hope that trained human power for mediation developed by KSMCC may be made available to the parties approaching under the NIRNAYA scheme. In this context, we may remember that at present dispute resolution and mediation are subject not confined to the discipline of law, but coming under certain new academic disciplines like peace studies, conflict resolution, conflict management, justice studies, etc. The NIRNAYA scheme introduced by KSMCC, functioning under the control of the Hon'ble High Court of Kerala, requires an interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach for its effective functioning. I wish all success to this team, and also I would like to express all support from the government of Kerala for the success of this scheme. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for those kind words. Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai, Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Kerala and Patron-in-Chief, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. During his stint as a judge of Gujarat High Court from 2011, in his capacity as the Executive Chairman and Patron-in-Chief of the Gujarat State Legal Service Authority, His Lordships spearheaded a multitude of legal services initiative, thereby heralding significant changes to the state's legal landscape. His Lordship was in the forefront of establishing 24-hour legal aid clinics in strategic locations and establishing Office of Legal Aid Defense Counsel in all the 32 districts in Gujarat. His Lordship created unparalleled history in the National Lok Adalat on 13th May 2023, wherein a record number of 3.90 lakh cases were disposed of under his guidance. I invite our Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai, to officially launch the website of Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Thank you, sir. I invite Honorable Mr. Justice Amit Rawal, Member, Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, and Honorable Mrs. Justice Mary Joseph, Member, Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, to officially release short films directed by Advocate Praveen Hariharan. These short films, based on the theme of amicable resolution of dispute, has a unique distinction of having lawyers and their family members exclusively behind and on the screen. First, I invite Honorable Mr. Justice Amit Rawal to release the first short film. The second short film will be released by Honorable Mrs. Justice Mary Joseph.
നോക്കിയേ, കൊച്ചിയിൽ നമ്മളെ കടന്റെ പേരിൽ വല്ലോനും ബിരിയാണി കട നടത്തണ്. ഇതങ്ങനെ വിട്ടാ പറ്റൂല.
മോളെ ഉള്ള കട നടത്തി കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകാനും ഒരുപാട് കഷ്ടപ്പെടുക. അവനാൻ്റെ തലേ കത്തുമ്പോൾ ആരാൻ്റെ മലയെ കത്തുന്നു നോക്കുന്നു. ജിമിണ്ടാട്ടി
ഉപ്പൂപ്പന്റെ കാലം തൊട്ട് നമ്മൾ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ബിസിനസ് അല്ലേ ഇത്? ആരൊക്കെയും നല്ല കുടുംബപ്പേര് നമുക്ക് അങ്ങനെ വിട്ടുകൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
അതിന് ഞാനെന്ത് ചെയ്യണം മോളെ?
കഴിക്ക്. അല്ല, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ബിരിയാണി കൂട്ടുകൊണ്ട് വേറെ ലോകത്താർക്കും ബിരിയാണി ഉണ്ടാക്കിക്കൂടെ? പിന്നെ ഈ അറക്കൽ എന്നുള്ള പേരാണോ നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രശ്നം? ഈ കടയുടെ ലൈസൻസും ട്രേഡ് മാർക്കും ഇതിലെ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെൻറ്റും എല്ലാം ഞങ്ങളുടെയാ. കണ്ടമാനം ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങിയ ഒരു പ്രസ്ഥാനമാണ് മോളെ ഇത്.
സാറേ, ഈ കടയുടെ അറക്കൽ എന്നുള്ള പേര് ഞങ്ങളുടെയാ. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഈ ബിരിയാണിയുടെ കൂട്ടും ഞങ്ങളുടെയാ. ലാഭം മാത്രം നിങ്ങൾക്ക്. അതെന്ത് ന്യായാ സാറേ?
എനിക്ക് കൂടുതലൊന്നും പറയാനില്ല. എന്നെ കൊണ്ട് കൂടുതലൊന്നും പറയിപ്പിക്കരുത്.
സാറ് പറ സാറേ, ഞാൻ കേൾക്കാം. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കടയുടെ പേരും വെച്ച് സാറ് കുറെ കാശുണ്ടാക്കിയല്ലോ. ഇതിന് ഞാൻ സാറിനെ കോടതി കയറ്റും. ഈ കട എങ്ങനെ പൂട്ടിക്കണം എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം.
സ്വന്തം കട പൂട്ടായിരിക്കാനുള്ള പണിനോ? അവരെന്തായാലും കേസിനും വഴക്കിനും ഒക്കെ പോകുന്നോ തോന്നുന്നത്. ഒരു ചർച്ചയ്ക്ക് വിളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഞാനങ്ങോട്ട് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക.
ആ, നമ്മുടെ ബിരിയാണി കേസല്ലേ?
അതെ.
താൻ
താൻ അങ്ങോട്ടിരുന്നൊന്ന് സംസാരിച്ച് നോക്ക്. തീരുന്നെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങ് തീരട്ടെ. വെറുതെ കോടതിയും കേസുമായിട്ടൊക്കെ നടന്ന സമയവും സമാധാനവും കളയണ്ട.
ഞാൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തിട്ടാ നിങ്ങൾ എന്നോട് ദേഷ്യപ്പെടുന്നേ?
എടാ നീ എവിടെയാണിത്? ഇന്ന് മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് വന്നേനെ ഞാൻ അങ്ങോട്ട് കയറി വരും കേട്ടോ. 2 ആഴ്ചയായി 4 സൈഡിലും പണി നിന്നിട്ട്. ആ ടീച്ചറാണ് രാവിലെ വന്ന് നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട് എന്നെ തെളിവിളിക്കാനായിട്ട്. നീ പെട്ടെന്ന് കയറ്റി വിടാൻ നോക്കി. ടീച്ചറെ ഇന്ന് സ്കൂളിൽ പോയില്ലേ? മറ്റന്നാൾ മൊത്തം മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് വരും. പിന്നെ ഒരു 3 മാസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ തീർക്കാൻ പറ്റും. സാറിനോട് ടിക്കറ്റ് എടുത്തോളാൻ പറ. നമുക്കൊരു സെപ്റ്റംബറിലങ്ങ് പാല് വെച്ചേക്കാം.
3 മാസത്തിൽ എന്ത് നടക്കുന്ന നിങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നത്? മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് ഇല്ല, വർക്കേഴ്സും ഇല്ല. ഇങ്ങനെ പൈസ വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ട് ആൾക്കാരെ ചതിക്കരുത്.
ഈ മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് ഒക്കെ എൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നതാണോ?
ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാനുള്ള കഴിവില്ലെങ്കിൽ ആദ്യം പൈസ എണ്ണി വാങ്ങിക്കുമ്പോൾ പറയണമായിരുന്നു.
ടീച്ചർക്ക് എന്താ പറയുന്നത് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ലേ?
പണി അറിയാവുന്ന ആരെങ്കിലും ഏൽപ്പിച്ചാൽ മതിയായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ വീട് പാല് കാച്ചിന്. ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ പോക്കെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ കോടതി കയറ്റും.
ഒരു 3 മാസം കാത്തു നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളോട് കേസ് കൊടുക്കുക. അതാകുമ്പോൾ കോടതി കയറി 5 കൊല്ലം നടക്കാമല്ലോ.
5 കൊല്ലോ 10 കൊല്ലോ ഞാൻ നടന്നോളാം.
ആ ശരി.
ഇയാളാ സ്റ്റേഷൻ മാസ്റ്റർ കൊച്ചു പറയും ഇതിന്റെ മൂത്തതില്ലേ? മൂത്തതോ ഇളയതോ? മൂത്തത്. ആ ടീച്ചറിന്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാലേ രണ്ടുപേരുടെ വർത്തമാനം പറഞ്ഞ് അങ്ങ് സെറ്റിൽ ചെയ്യും. വെറുതെ കോടതിയും കേസുമായിട്ടൊക്കെ നടന്ന് സമയം കളയണ്ട കേട്ടോ ടീച്ചറെ. രണ്ടുപേരും കൂടെ അങ്ങ് സെറ്റിൽ ചെയ്താട്ടെ.
ശരി.
അല്ലേട്ടാ നമ്മൾ വല്ലതും ചെയ്തിട്ടാണോ? അവര് വരുന്നു, സംസാരിക്കുന്നു, രണ്ടുപേരും ഒരു മനസ്സിലെത്തുന്നു, കാര്യങ്ങൾ അങ്ങ് തീരുന്നു, തർക്കം തീരുന്നു. അല്ലാതെ ഇതിനകത്ത് മാജിക് വല്ലതും ഉണ്ടോ? ഒന്നുമില്ലെന്നേ.
ഇവരുടെ നാട്ടിലൊരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ടായാൽ ആൾക്കാരെല്ലാം ഈ വായനശാലയിൽ ഒന്നിച്ചിരുന്ന് സംസാരിച്ചു തീർക്കുമത്രേ. നമുക്കും ഇനി അതേ അവസരം ലഭ്യമാണ്. പ്രശ്നപരിഹാരങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ സഹായിക്കാൻ ഇതാ KSMCCയുടെ നിർണയ പദ്ധതി. ചുരുങ്ങിയ സമയം കൊണ്ട് വലിയ പണച്ചെലവില്ലാതെ എല്ലാത്തരം പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾക്കും പരിഹാര മാർഗങ്ങൾ നിർദ്ദേശിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങളോടൊപ്പം നിൽക്കാനായി രൂപീകരിച്ച നിർണയ പദ്ധതിയിലൂടെ കോടതിയുടെ ഇടപെടലില്ലാതെ തന്നെ തർക്കപരിഹാരത്തിനായി അനുരഞ്ജന ചർച്ചകളിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. നിർണയ സേവനം കേരളത്തിലെ എല്ലാ ജില്ലകളിലും ലഭ്യമാണ്. ഇനി തർക്കങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞു തീർക്കാം നിർണയിക്കൊപ്പം.
May now request Hon'ble Mr.Justice Mediation to officially launch and release the next short film.
ആദ്യം എല്ലാരും പറയുന്നൊന്ന് കേക്ക്, എന്നിട്ട് തീരുമാനം ഉണ്ടാക്കാം. മനസ്സിലായോ? പെനാൽറ്റി ഞങ്ങൾ സേവ് ചെയ്തു. ബോൾ ലൈൻ കിടന്നിട്ടില്ല. ബോൾ പിടിച്ചു, പക്ഷെ അത് കാലിന്റെ അകത്തായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഗോൾ തന്നെ. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് രണ്ടുപേർക്കും പിന്നെ 2 ഒപ്പീനിയനാ. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് മൂന്നാമതൊരാളോട് ചോദിച്ചിട്ട് ഡിസിഷൻ എടുക്കാം.
കൊള്ളാലോ നിങ്ങള്. ഒരു പ്രശ്നം വന്നപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും അടിയുണ്ടാക്കാതെ സൊല്യൂഷൻ വേണ്ടി വന്നല്ലോ, നന്നായി.
അടിയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായി, എന്നിട്ട് സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവാത്തോണ്ടാ ചേട്ടൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് വന്നേ. എന്റെ ഒരു സംശയം പറഞ്ഞാ ബോളിൽ പിടിച്ചിട്ട് കാർഡുണ്ടാകത്താർന്ന ഗോളല്ലേ? നീ പറഞ്ഞ ശരിയാ, അത് ക്രിക്കറ്റില്. അപ്പോ ഞാൻ ലൈനിന്റെ മുന്നിൽ വെച്ച് ബോൾ പിടിക്കണം, പക്ഷെ കാലകത്തായിരുന്ന അത് ഗോളല്ല. ബോൾ ലൈനിന്റെ അകത്ത് ക്രോസ് ചെയ്യണം, എന്നാലേ ഗോളാകത്തുള്ളൂ. അല്ലേ അങ്കിൾ?
നിങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ചിട്ട് ഗോൾ ലൈൻ ക്രോസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ സേവ്. ഗോൾ ലൈൻ ക്രോസ് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ ഗോളാകൂ. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം വന്നാൽ അടിയുണ്ടാക്കാതെ രമ്യമായിട്ട് സോൾവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്നൊക്കെ മനസ്സിലായല്ലോ.
പറഞ്ഞത് ശരിയാണല്ലേ. ഇനി എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ എല്ലാരും കൂടി സംസാരിച്ച് സോൾവ് ചെയ്യാവുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. അതെ, ഇത് നമുക്കൊരു നല്ല ലെസനാ.
അപ്പൊ ഇനി എല്ലാവരും പോയി കളിക്കും. പോട്ടെ. പോട്ടെ.
നിങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികൾക്കിടയിൽ ഒരു തർക്കം വരുമ്പോൾ വഴക്കിടാതെ അതങ്ങ് സംസാരിച്ച് തീർക്കാൻ പറ്റിയാലോ. വഴക്കും ബഹളവുമില്ലാത്ത സംവാദങ്ങളാണ് ബന്ധങ്ങൾ ഊഷ്മളമാക്കുന്നത്, പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ പരിഹരിക്കുന്നത്. പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് സംസാരിച്ച് പരിഹരിക്കാം, കലഹിക്കാതെ തന്നെ. ഇനി മുതിർന്നവർ കുട്ടികളെ കണ്ട് പഠിക്കട്ടെ.
On this occasion, let's give a warm appreciation to the wonderful team behind the short films. First short film, directed by Advocate Praveen Hariharan, written by Advocate Shaniba Ali. Background music by Advocate Shyam Kumar. Cast includes Advocate KB Pradeep, Advocate Shaniba Ali, Advocate J. George, Advocate Smita Praveen, Advocate Bipin Das MV, and Advocate G. Hariharan. Voiceover by Advocate Annapurna Lekha Pillai and Advocate Hari Shankar. The second short film is written and directed by Advocate Praveen Hariharan. Background music is by Advocate Shyam Kumar. Cast: Abhinav P. Sudesh, Ahan, Amarnath, Asif Ali Advocate, Dash, Jagan Saksh, Karthik H. Praveen, Keshavan Govindan, Kritik, Manu Krishna, Nanda Kishore, Prabhav Ashwin, Risin K.A., Rifa Aisha, Siddharth Madhu, Savar Krishna, Vaiga Rajesh Kannan, Vinayak H. Praveen. Voiceover by Advocate Annapurna Lekha Pillai. We are happy that the team members have joined us today on this occasion. Once again, a big round of applause for all of them. Now I request Hon'ble Mr. Justice C.S. Dias, Member, Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, to present a memento to Advocate Praveen Hariharan, Director of these short films, as a token of a deep appreciation. May I now invite Advocate General, Advocate Gopala Krishna Kurupa sir, for the felicitation address.
Hon'ble Mr. Justice Ashish Jindra Desai, Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala and Patron-in-Chief, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Shri P. Rajiv, Honorable Minister for Law, Industries and Choir. Honorable Mr. Justice A. Muhammad Mustaq, High Court of Kerala and President Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Honorable Mr. Justice Amit Raval, Judge, High Court of Kerala and Member Board of Governors, Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Honorable Mr. Justice Mary Joseph, High Court of Kerala and Member Kerala State Mediation Conciliation Center. Honorable Mr. Justice C.S. Dias, High Court of Kerala and Member Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Judges of this Honorable Court present here, former judges of this Honorable Court, all other dignitaries of and on the dais, the mediators, trainers from all over the state who are present here, senior advocates, members of the bar, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the ever-burgeoning, prolonged litigation, traversing through manifold adjudicatory hierarchies, and the resultant excessive burden on judiciary necessitated the development of alternate dispute redressal mechanisms. The radical transformation in the nature of litigations, particularly commercial ones, concomitant with the liberalization and globalization of our economy, also catalyzed such development. In 1988, the 129th Law Commission report, widely identified as Justice Malimat Committee's report, suggested mediation as an alternative to adjudication. This found statutory recognition in the manner of incorporation of Section 89 in the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 by way of Act 46 of 1999. United Nations Commission on International Trade Law adopted Model Law on International Commercial Arbitration in 1985 and conciliation rules in 1980. The 1980 UN General Assembly recommended the use of the said rules, following which the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 was enacted. Provisions with regard to pre-litigation conciliation and settlement were included in 2002 in the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. Section 12A of the Commercial Courts Act 2015, inserted by an amendment of 2008, promotes mediation and compliance with the said provision has been held to be mandatory by the Hon'ble Apex Court. With such multifarious statutory recognitions, the mediation and conciliation have evolved as effective tool of alternative dispute resolution. Pre-litigation mediation is both cost and time effective when compared to long-drawn court litigation. Any amicable settlement between parties prior to a formal litigation will also go a long way in preserving their relationship with one another and in continuing with their erstwhile mutual business engagements. The same also protects the privacy of disputing parties insofar as they will be able to shield their personal and private interests from public gaze, which may not be the case in a court litigation. Pre-litigation mediation also protects the parties in dispute from being emotionally worn out on account of the pressures of court litigation. Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center has been since its inception heralding successfully the conduct of many a result-yielding mediation with the service of experienced and trained mediators. This has certainly contributed to reducing the pendency of cases and putting the parties to the same to everlasting harmony without the fear of another rung of litigation. I wholeheartedly congratulate Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center in its novel initiative of NIRNAYA, a scheme for mediation other than court-annexed mediation. I promise the full cooperation of the state government and the state law officers in this endeavor. I hope that consequent steps will be taken by all those concerned to make the settlements reached at mediation through NIRNAYA platform legally enforceable. I am also sure that the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, as was the case with this Honorable Court during the introduction of e-filing system, will take into account the anxieties of litigating lawyers, the major stakeholders in the justice dispensation system. I suggest that a cue can be from the system of settlement in the United States, wherein attorneys of either side also play a crucial role. Once again, I take this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable, the Chief Justice of this Honorable Court, and the Patron-in-Chief of the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, the President, the members of the Board of Governors, and other members of Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center for this venture of NIRNAYA. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I invite Advocate Anil Kumar KN, Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala, to address the August gathering.
Good morning to all. President of the function, Honorable Mr. Justice A. Muhammad Mustaq. Chief guest of the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai, Honorable Chief Justice of Kerala. Honorable Minister of Law, Sri P. Rajiv. other judges on the dais, former judges of Kerala High Court, senior law officers of the state, dear mediators, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that the nature and texture of the legal profession is changing. After the introduction of arbitration and mediation, the entire litigation system has changed. We all know that all the changes will bring some difficulties to the persons engaged in the field. I have, with the Bar Council of Kerala is extending wholehearted support to the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center for their NIRNAYA project scheme made for speedy litigation for the whole people of the state. There are some difference of opinion regarding the defense lawyer system in the entire bar. But I am not highlighting that the difficulties posed to lawyers after the implementation of the defense lawyer system. However, all the changes will bring some difficulties to the existing system. By the flux of time, everything has to change. Kerala Bar Council extend wholehearted support to NIRNAYA scheme formulated by Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center. Thank you.
Advocate S. Manu, Deputy Solicitor General of India, to address the August gathering.
Chief guest of this August gathering, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashish J. Desai, President of the function, Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammad Mushtaq, Honorable Mr. Justice Amit Rawal, Honorable Mr. Justice, Mrs. Justice Mary Joseph, Honorable Mr. Justice C.S. Dias, Honorable Justice D.K. Singh, Honorable former judges of this court, Learned Advocate General and my respected senior, Sri K. Gopalakrishna Kurup, Chairman Bar Council of Kerala, Sri Anil Kumar, Sri S. Biju, Vice President of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, other dignitaries on and off the dais. Good morning to all of you. Being one of the fastest growing economies of the world, developing robust mechanisms for resolution of disputes arising in commercial arena is essential for India. It is an acknowledged fact that the customary civil litigations fail to deliver justice at the required pace in commercial disputes. Mediation provides opportunity to the parties to open up their minds, frankly speak, hear the other sides directly, and adopt a strategy to move towards resolving the dispute. It is confidential, time-sensitive, inexpensive, and less formal than court proceedings. The Mediation and Training Manual of India, published by the Supreme Court, points out that mediation was accepted and adopted as an effective tool for resolution of disputes by the Indian society in the Vedic era itself. Tribunals propounded and set up by Yajnavalkya and arrangements evolved in those days for resolution of disputes among artisans, traders in different branches of commerce, etc. are mentioned in the manual. It is interesting to note two occasions of failed attempts of mediation followed by disastrous wars from the great epics Ramayana and Mahabharata. After Lord Sri Ram reached Sri Lanka with his army, Angada from his side went to the Darbar of Ravana and counseled Ravana to avoid the imminent war. His mission failed and the war broke out. Another more elaborately portrayed instance of mediation is by Lord Krishna in Mahabharata. He went to the Kauravas to resolve the dispute between them and the Pandavas. Lord Krishna acted as a truly unbiased mediator and rejected the invite from Duryodhana to have food from his place for the reason that Duryodhana was a party to the dispute and went to the residence of Vidura, who was not identified with any sides. During their conversation, Vidura told Lord Krishna about Duryodhana that he is adamant and incorrigible and the attempt to mediate may ultimately fail. Lord Krishna's reply to Vidura is very interesting and relevant even with regard to modern mediations. He gave 4 reasons to justify his attempt to mediate and settle the dispute. Firstly, whether you succeed or fail, the merit of your act will be yours. Second, it is a friend's duty to make peace. Third, If you try to seek peace, even if you fail, you avoid any blame. Fourth, you satisfy your own conscience by trying to seek peace. Such examples from the ancient ages show that the Indian society has a natural instinct to promote the resolution of disputes through mediation. The first lawyer-managed mediation center in India, Ahmedabad Mediation Center, was inaugurated in 2002 by the then Honorable Chief Justice of India. It was thereafter the first meeting of Chief Justices was called in Delhi in November 2002 by the Honorable Chief Justice of India to impress upon the importance of mediation, which can be considered as the first official move at the national level to promote mediation. So the state of Gujarat, as well as our Honorable Chief Justice hailing from the state, can claim the glory for pioneering the mediation movement in the country by setting a good example. I hope that the mediation bill moved by the central government and passed by the Rajya Sabha on 1st of August will soon become enforceable law and result in radical change in resolution of commercial disputes. Mediation may become the most trusted and efficacious dispute resolution tool in our country in coming days, and commitment of the central government and the Honorable Supreme Court to promote it may help the country in its ambitious voyage to emerge as a leading global economy. Efforts like today's colloquium are essential to equip the stakeholders in this regard. I conclude by congratulating the State Mediation and Conciliation Center for organizing today's colloquium. My sincere thanks to the organizers for inviting me to talk. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I invite Sri Ram Panju, Senior Advocate, Mediator and Arbitrator from Chennai, to address the August gathering.
Can you hear? Yes? Honorable the Chief Justice, other distinguished dignitaries of the dais and below, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. The word felicitation has two meanings. One meaning is to express praise for an achievement. So that felicitation will have to wait for 5 years. The other meaning is good wishes on a special occasion, and that is what is today. I have considerations of health. I don't have a very good leg, and I normally don't travel. But when Justice Mushtaq told me about this initiative, I thought I must make it a point to come to Kerala and be part of the initiative at its inception with all of you, because I think it is a very significant initiative. When I trace the growth of mediation, and I can tell you that the country's first court annex mediation center was started in 2005 in the Madras High Court, and I was a part of that. Since then it has grown considerably, but it has grown extensively only in the court annex system. And while it is good that we have mediation in the court annex system, a court annex system by itself has several limitations. As it grows bigger and bigger, it cannot deliver in quality. It is subject to several constraints, including excessive bureaucracy. So it will never fulfill the potential and promise of mediation. And what is the promise of mediation? What is the potential? Let me tell you one thing. If mediation is given full opportunity to achieve its potential, in another 20 years' time, half of India's personal, matrimonial, civil and commercial disputes will be on mediation tables. It is only mediation which can take the load off the court system and enable judges to deal with cases which judges should be dealing with, the criminal cases, the bails, the constitutional matters, the public interest matters. So it's only by advocating, by promoting mediation that you can bring about not just a reduction in court burdens, that's not the main thing, but effective resolution in these mass of cases. But to do that, we must have professional mediation. It must become a profession, and people who mediate must know that they will earn reasonable incomes by the practice of their profession, which is an art, a skill, a calling. I see this initiative as the first step in that. I don't see it as a fully professional initiative, but I see it as a halfway house. I see it as a halfway house where you are going to move out of the confines of the court annex system. You're going to set up a relatively autonomous center for mediation, and I hope that you will adopt professional practices, and we'll come to that in another session this afternoon. But a professional practice mainly means to encourage people to practice their profession well by rewarding them well and by having very high standards. So this is a good halfway, it's a good transition, and I think it has the synergies of the court annex system and the synergy of professional mediation and retaining the elements of public service mediation. I think it can combine all these into a very happy synergy. This coincides with the Mediation Act. The Act has several shortcomings, but on the positive side, it has served to institutionalize mediation. It will help to professionalize it. It creates structures. It elevates mediation to the level of being a decree of court. As I said, it creates structures, but it doesn't create cages. It is designed, and a standalone act has been designed keeping in mind the complexities and the special features of mediation. Whichever test we apply, whether it is time, cost, getting good solutions, enforceability, the preservation of relationships, mediation is the best. I have a favorite quote from Chief Justice Sundaresh Menon of Singapore. He says, "What's not to like about mediation? It ticks off all the boxes. It is a process, to use a term, the title of my first book, Settle for More. When we settle in mediation, we never settle for less, we settle for more. It shows that talk works. And above all, it shows that the humane processes of mediation are best designed to handle human conflict." With these few words, let me express my very good wishes and my congratulations to Justice Mushtaq and his team, and indeed to the Chief Justice and the entire court and the members of the Mediation Center. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Mr. Hasid B. Seth, independent counsel, arbitrator and mediator, Mumbai, to address the August gathering.
Honorable Chief Justice, other judges of the High Court, dignitaries on the dais, and friends, lawyers and participants who have come here. There are surveys which show that across India, the disputes which come to arbitration, 60% of them concern construction arbitration. It includes government's infrastructure disputes and related to residential construction, flats, etc. And globally, this percentage is around 40% of global disputes are construction disputes. So it's really nice that the Kerala Court Mediation Center has actually taken initiative to take it beyond court annex mediation to private mediations, for the simple reason that once a dispute has come to the court, parties have already crystallized some of their views and positions. It's very hard for parties to come back later on and change to a completely new solution which mediation may offer. So it is better that, even before disputes are actually filed into courts, that mediation is employed as a method. So the Nivarna scheme, I think, is excellent scheme, I think, and if adopted by all the stakeholders, construction industry, people who are customers of that construction industry, I think it has great potential to resolve many disputes, and it ultimately helps the nation's economic development, that we don't have disputes of this kind and the economic cycle continues. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Advocate S. Biju, President in Charge, Kerala High Court Advocate Association, for the felicitation address.
Honorable Mr. Justice A.J. Desai, the Honorable Chief Justice of Kerala, Honorable Justice Muhammad Mushtaq, Honorable Justice Amit Rawal, Honorable Madam Justice Mary Joseph, Honorable Justice C.S. Dias, Honorable former Judges of the High Court of Kerala, Learned Advocate General, Senior Advocate Sri K. Gopalakrishna Kurup, Sri S. Manu, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Sri Ram Panchu, whose very presence can excite anybody who is present, who is following mediation and arbitration process in India. My esteemed brothers and sisters of the bar, staffs of the High Court, members of District Judiciary, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would take this opportunity to congratulate the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center for launching the scheme NIRNAYA, and also to take the brightest and the first available opportunity to organize this program, and also to conduct a colloquium on professional and construction dispute mediation, which is soon going to follow this session. It becomes the right opportunity in the sense that the Parliament has already passed, Rajya Sabha has already passed the mediation bill a couple of days back, and in every likelihood it is going to be by an act in this session of the Parliament itself. It becomes the brightest opportunity for reason that we have got Honorable Justice Ashish Desai as the patron and the Chief Justice to lead us, who is having an epic and commendable achievement of settling almost 3,19,000 cases in his status as a judge and acting Chief Justice of Gujarat. So I would congratulate the organizers for including the lawyer fraternity also as a part of this program. Speaking from the side of the lawyers, I would have another appeal to the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center and also to the judiciary to give more prominence to the lawyer fraternity while we introduce the mediation process. I would sincerely doubt whether the present process, I don't say that they purely ignore the lawyers, but whether it gives the right weightage for the lawyer fraternity or for a lawyer while we attempt to settle a case through mediation, conciliation, or negotiation. Why? Because in India, even now, the general public, the litigant public has their faith in judiciary, and the bridge to that faith is the lawyer community. Even when we have introduced the Advocates Amendment Bill to find out doubts, but still our public have their faith through, repose their faith through the lawyer fraternity, and a lawyer has a pivotal role in settling a matter and to bring an amicable end to a dispute. Because right from the start of, right from the beginning, where we have to prepare a client for mediation and to arrive at a, compel him to arrive at an amicable settlement, or to examine whether we have arrived at the right kind of settlement, and for enforcement and execution of the settlement, a lawyer definitely has a pivotal role. And our system cannot ignore the role of a lawyer. And I appeal to this august gathering, as well as to the judiciary also, to give a more and crucial role to the lawyer fraternity while we move ahead in implementing the mediation bill and also through the process of NIRNAYA. I would also suggest that even a pre-mediation session with the mediator as well as the lawyers would also set the plot to examine which all areas parties can go for settlement and which all areas a lawyer can compel the party to go for a settlement. This can definitely save a lot of time and can effectively bring solutions and result to the process of mediation that we are undertaking. I would also appeal to my lawyer friends to grab this opportunity to move ahead with making useful, to make use of this opportunity to train themselves as mediators and also to train themselves in mediation advocacy and also in private mediation, as it is going to open a floodgate of opportunities to the lawyer fraternity in settling the cases. And I would also like to appeal to Justice Mushtaq, as we have already submitted a representation before him, the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, to give us an opportunity and facilities in extending trainers also, to train our lawyers also in a 50-hour course or a suitable course for mediation and mediator training. And going forward to the topic of discussion that we are going to soon follow after this session regarding commercial and construction mediation. As I said, more than lawyer support, it needs some kind of a systemic support also to effectively implement such kind of mediation and settlement in construction and commercial mediation. Because even now in our state or even in India, the government is the most potential litigant, and a large number of cases, commercial dispute as well as other disputes, construction disputes, are still at one end of it. It is definitely the government, whether it be the national highways or be the central PWD or the state PWD or the railways or other organization. At one end of the litigation, it is definitely either the state government or the central government. And we rarely follow the FIDIC contract, which is having an international standards. And in India, we follow the general conditions of contract, which is more or less designed in favor of, or to a great extent in favor of the government. But even in that, when the GCC provides for settlement or settlement of dispute, it rarely provides an opportunity or a provision or a clause for mediation and settlement. Definitely, I think after the introduction of this mediation amendment bill, the government is also going to, our AG and the DSG is going to compel and recommend to our government to include the mediation settlement, mediation also as a clause for settlement, which can bring effective conclusion and effective results to the mediation process that NIRNAYA is going to undertake. Anyhow, I would once again congratulate the organizers and also wish them all success. And I would like to take this opportunity to offer all kinds of support from the Kerala High Court Advocates Association in effectively introducing this NIRNAYA project. Thank you for hearing Kerala High Court Advocates Association also. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I invite Advocate Matai Mudirendi, President, Bar Association Ernakulam, for the felicitation address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammad Mustaq, the President of this August gathering, Honorable Chief Justice of Kerala, Justice Ashish Desai, Mrs. Mary Joseph, Justice Dias, Gopalakrishna Group, all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I am deeply honored and privileged to be here. In this new era of litigation, NIRNAYA is a positive step for adequate dispute redressal. Mediation, arbitration, and conciliation are effective problem-solving mechanisms followed throughout the world. Alternative dispute resolution through discourses, interaction, and dialogues are an effective remedy to solve the long delay of ordinary litigation. Quick, tailor-made relief which satisfies all parties to a dispute. This method saves time, energy, and mind. NIRNAYA in Sanskrit means final solution. In this context, NIRNAYA is the best remedy to redress real estate disputes. Discord between parties in dream homes, apartment buildings, etc. Apart from all these matters, I emphasize and I solicit your help in resolving the long delay in criminal justice. Everywhere mediation is done on monetary basis, money matters, etc. What about the poor accused persons who are in jail for more than 3 years as an under trial prisoner, then after conviction an appellate prisoner for another 3 years? That has to be solved. That has to be addressed. Nobody is addressing the real difficulties of an accused person who are in jail and their families. Speedy disposal of money matters is there, but what about the poor accused persons who are in jail and their families? It takes 2 to 3 years for an appeal to be heard by the Honorable High Court of Kerala. At least that may be reduced to 3 months or 6 months. That can be done. So, apart from speedy disposal in commercial matters is good and it will boost the economy of our nation. I am hopeful that NIRNAYA will be a milestone and a way out from routine method of litigation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Mr. Jolly Varghese, State Chairman, Builders Association of India, to address the August gathering.
Respected Chief Guest and Justice, Honorable Justice, and Honorable Judges of High Court of Kerala, dignitaries on and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Builders Association of India is an 82-year-old apex body of builders, contractors, and developers in India, having 21,000 patron members and more than 1 lakh ordinary members in India. And the main objective of Builders Association of India is to promote and foster the feeling of unity, cooperation, and mutual help, and also to eliminate unhealthy competition and unfair trade practices among the contractors. And we are also promoting correct business practices and maintain efficiency, dignity, and integrity of the profession. Also, we advise and assist our members in technical, non-technical, and legal matters. Even though we are promoting all these good habits, there is still a lot of disputes between contractors, builders, developers, and clients. We are giving various representations to the state and central government for implementation of a unified tender document and implementation of FDIC agreement, etc. But as you know, without faster growth of infrastructure, we cannot achieve the status of a developed country. That is why the Indian construction industry is one of the largest and fastest growing industry in the world, and it is contributing significantly to the economic growth of our country. Along with the faster development of the industry, a number of disputes and litigations are also increases. Here the KSMC can play a major role, that is harmony through mediation, and settling the dispute through mediation and conciliation. Thereby we can save a lot of money, time, and mental agony of both the parties and clients. This is really a great initiative by KSMC to organize such an awareness program about the scope of mediation in construction disputes. My sincere appreciation to the organizers of this program, NIRNAYA 2023. On behalf of Builders Association of India, I extend all-hearted support to the efforts of KSMC. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Sri Ravi Shankar, President, CREDAI, Kochi, for the felicitation address.
Honorable Justice A. Mohammad Mustaq, President KSMCC, Honorable Justice Ashish K. Desai, Chief Justice High Court of Kerala, Sri P. Rajiv, Honorable Minister of Law, Honorable Justice Ashish K. Desai, Honorable Justice Amit Rawal, Honorable Justice Mary Joseph, Honorable Justice C.S. Dias, Sri Gopalakrishna Kurup, Advocate General of Kerala, Advocate Manu, Deputy Solicitor General of India, District Judge Ms. Jubia, Advocate George Palot, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, senior advocates, officials of KSMCC, all dignitaries. A warm welcome to you all. On behalf of CREDAI, I take this opportunity to welcome and congratulate the initiative NIRNAYA launched by KSMCC to give awareness of mediation to the construction industry. CREDAI is the apex body of the builders in India, and in Kerala we have 5 chapters. With the changing dynamics of the construction industry and with the introduction of RARA, our industry has become more transparent and safe for the investors. Though RARA is formed to regulate the activities of the construction industry, there is a requirement of ease of settlement between the developers and the investors in case of disputes, which is now completely taking a legal battle, which is not ideal for both the parties concerned. This forum of conciliation, initiated by KSMCC, will help the industry and the stakeholders for a fair means to resolve the disputes. Creating a platform by KSMCC before taking the legal route will help to settle most of the cases in a speedy and amicable manner by understanding the real issues of both parties and offering a practical solution. We, CREDAI, wholeheartedly welcome this initiative, which is chaired by Justice Mohammad Mustaq and his able team, who understand the challenges faced by the industry and came forward to the timely introduction of this forum, which will definitely help the stakeholders in the construction industry and the investors. We wish KSMCC all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Sri Arun David Mukan, President, Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Cochin, for the felicitation address.
Good morning. The Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala, Presiding Officer, Honorable Justice A. Mohammad Mustaq, Honorable Judges of the High Court and other courts on and off the dais, Honorable Minister for Law and Industries and COIR, who's not here with us today but online in his presence, and other dignitaries present here. The Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry heartily welcomes NIRNAYA. Our chamber is 126 years old, and we have members from the traditional and new age businesses. A business not only has to weather product cycles and industry cycles, but also needs to manage life cycles, meaning the survival of the business itself. And so it is very important that every effort is made to conserve time, money, and effort spent in courts due to breakdown of trust or transparency of any activity, be it commercial or family. In a world marked by escalating conflicts and adversarial encounters, mediation stands as a beacon of hope and a practical tool for finding common ground, fostering understanding, and arriving at a mutually beneficial resolution of the issue. We should also not forget the health and family benefits of mediation, something we all forget with our focus only on the monetary or the wealth creation part. We appreciate the efforts of the KSMCC to raise the bar of your profession and promote mediation and reconciliation over litigation. We at the Indian Chamber could contribute to these efforts by offering our boardroom and its affiliated facilities at the Indian Chamber building to the KSMCC as a mediation center, as well as the services of our senior members who are time-tested and true-blood businessmen. I would like to conclude by saying these wise words from Abraham Lincoln. A good settlement is better than a good lawsuit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Advocate Mohammed Shiraz, Potential Trainer, Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, for the concluding remarks.
Mr. Justice Mohammed Mushtaq, the President of the function, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, dignitaries on and off the dais, my friends. On behalf of the Kerala State Mediation and Conciliation Center, I thank each one of you who have taken the trouble and time to grace this function and bless us with your presence. We deem it a privilege and an honor to have amidst us Senior Advocate Sriram Panchu, the doyen of mediation, and who has been a teacher of almost all the mediators in India. Sir, it is a privilege to have you here. Thank you, sir, for coming. We believe that NIRNAYA, a project of the KSMCC, is going to be a game changer. It is going to make alternate dispute resolution easier, painless, and will provide an access to justice envisaged under Article 39A of the Constitution. When KSMCC thought of conducting this function, we never thought that the Mediation Act would be passed by then. So we feel the stars are in our favor, and as William Shakespeare puts it, there is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at flood, will lead them to fame and fortune. So we hope that our NIRNAYA scheme will lead KSMCC and the people of the state to fame and fortune, and for a collaborative approach and a harmonious living. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
We have come to the end of the ceremony. Kindly raise for the national anthem.
गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We'll be having a short tea break of 10 minutes now. Sharp at 11:30, we'll be commencing our first session at the banquet hall in the second floor. Banquet hall in the second floor.